This has been a pivotal year for return to office work policies. Governments, major businesses have all wanted most of their workforces back in the office, and more companies are planning to follow suit, despite some employees weighing in on the impact it is having on their daily lives. Ontario's public sector will move to 5 days a week in the office starting January 5th. In Alberta, government employees will return to in-office work starting in February. The return to office debate also intensified among federal government employees over a potential 5-day office requirement next year. A number of cities have also mandated a return to office for their staff. Commercial real estate firms are anticipating increased demand for office space in cities like Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and Calgary this upcoming year. Now, to help us unpack what these shifts mean for organizations and workers, we've reached out to Linda Duxbury. She's a professor and workplace management expert at Carleton University's Sprott School of Business. Thank you so much for taking the time to us today. I want to start off with that last point I made. There are skeptics out there that will say that this is all about making money off that office space. Is there truth to that belief, or is there more to it?
So I guess I want to take us back a step, Mark.
Sure.
So do you know what % of the workforce can actually work from home?
I do not.
Okay. So it's only about 25%. All right. So, you know, the economic impact was big on government cities, Ottawa, for example, where we have a huge public service. But most people throughout the pandemic, they either lost their jobs or they had to go in. And right now, for many people, it's not an option to work from home. So we have to put this whole issue into perspective. The economics for many people and for many cities was not huge. Pockets, areas where you've got a lot of government workers, where you've got a lot of professionals, because it was the top end of the workforce that was able to do this. Finance, banking, professional jobs. But so the economic impact, I don't think it is real estate, except for government towns, perhaps a little bit.
I certainly the impact, just on not just social life, but just the overall functioning of a city. I can remember back to COVID times. I was a reporter at another outlet at the time, but I still had to go out to work. I was driving around a lot. I got from point A to point B in downtown Toronto very quickly, and work around me still seemed to be getting done. So I wonder, does the return to office truly boost productivity for workers, or again, is there something more to it?
So first of all, the pandemic was the pandemic. We're not in the pandemic now.
Okay.
So using that as your point of reference really isn't valid, okay?
Sure.
Because during the pandemic, everybody who could work from home was at home. So we had two groups of people, on site and remote. Now we've got people who work 1 day a week, 2 days a week. We don't know. It's much, much, much more complicated. The second is, in terms of productivity, many organizations are not even basing decisions on productivity, but nor is workers' argument that I'm more productive now, really one that holds a lot of water. So let's unpack that. So in terms of productivity, the research that's been done, and I'm a data person, I'm a data junkie. So I look at the research that's been done, and it's unequivocal. There are certain tasks that are more effectively done in the office. Anything to do with negotiation, orientation, complex decision-making, creativity, strategic planning, all of those things are better done in the office. The jobs that can be done at home well tend to be routine jobs, spreadsheet, programming, etc. And the big problem that's not being talked about is that people are, the research is saying jobs are going to come first for those who work remotely all the time, because those kind of jobs can be done by AI. So we have to be careful about productivity, and we can't put a dollar value on social life within the office, and the fact that a lot of people's joy in their job comes as much from what they do at work as who they socialize with. So it's a very complicated issue, and we're making it way too simple.
Way too simple. So how do we make it I guess maybe not more complicated, but how do we validate all this?
So I've been saying for several years now, what you've got to do is look at the job, not the person. You've got to evaluate the job in terms of the tasks that are part of that job. And then, because we do know what jobs can be done at home quite effectively, and what jobs are better done at the office. And then we say, okay, you want to work in this job, then it's an office job. You want to work in this job, then it's 2 days in the office, 3 days at home. These ideas, like, it drives me crazy when we just got, you probably noticed that, eh? I'm being driven crazy by this. I'm sure a lot of your listeners are too. But by making these statements, 5 days at the office, you're not, as an employer, you're not doing your job well. As an employee, by saying, yeah, but my life is so much better and I can look after my kids, that's not a compelling argument either, because most of the research says that you need to have childcare and or elder care in place to be able to effectively work from home. That's why I said in the pandemic is not a good comparison point, because you were home, your partner was home, your kids were home, you were homeschooling, it was chaos. That's not what it should be now, right? So let's just stop but during the pandemic discussions and actually get to the hard work, which is measuring productivity, looking at jobs. And then once you've got the job figured out, you say to the person, you want to work 4 days at home, fine, but not in this job.
Yeah, it's the old saying, right, Linda? There's no one-size-fits-all solution, and certainly when we're talking about jobs and where to do them and how to do them, it seems like that would apply as well. I want to thank you for this conversation. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you
Sorry for we keep saying the same thing.
Yes.
Don't keep making this magic number, because it's not, there's no one number.
Yeah.
So have a great day, and happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year to you too. Thank you for your passion. You've enlightened me today, so thank you very much, Linda. That's Linda Duxbury, Carleton University professor and workplace management expert. Thank you.